So we made it to day 5, eh? Brilliant. All of my friends, we made it together and we're having a right old nice time, aren't we, eh? What have I got for you today? Well, Mr. Nick, aka Loudmouth Man, dropped by yesterday, or actually today, because today is yesterday, or yesterday was today, or I asked him the question. I made a mistake of asking him a question, and I tried to write it down, the answer that he was giving me, but it was too quick. It was like, I couldn't absorb the data quick enough, so I thought, you know what I'll do? I'll turn on my camera, and in turning on my camera, absorb all that knowledge that he's got for me. So without further ado, I'll hand you over to Nick's capable hands so that he can run you through why you need a website or several things on a website. I can't even remember what the question was. Over to Nick before I make this video longer than it actually is necessary.
So you want to do professional landing pages, because what you want is you don't want somebody turning up at your website and it's just, here I am boringly telling you about what my business is and what that's dull as dishwater. Your front page should always be changing, always be relevant, always be up to date, always be different. But you are going to need to have always be closing is the important part. Always be closing is sales, man. We're not talking about sales, we're talking about marketing. We're talking about telling people about who you are. And what you're going to need is you're going to want to have 3, maybe 4, in fact as many as you can have, different ways to describe yourself. So you want the professional you want the page that describes the professional services, the products, etc. that you're promoting, but it doesn't go into all the products, it's just the professional overview of what you're offering. Switch that, second page, that other page you're going to have, that's the enthusiast, that's the hobbyist, that's the person with the passion and the love. Okay, this is a page that just talks about who you are and what you offer and talks around those products in terms of why you love those products. Okay, next page you have, that's your buzzword bingo page. Buzzword bingo is absolutely important here. You're looking here to really hit all the keywords that you're thinking other people are looking for. Now, keywords is a terrible phrase here. If we think about keywords, people immediately think about meta tags and keywords in terms of filling a page with lots and lots of repetitive words. It has to form a coherent paragraph and sentence in exactly the same way this video does. But it still has to be about the areas that, like when we talk about, you'll lock off a camera and you'll key the frame to mask over the image, etc, etc, etc. So you're actually going a little bit technical and a little bit buzzword bingo. Other pages you have might simply be pages from the point of view of what your clients have said about you. You also have pages that are set up that represent the products and services that you're offering. Those are the pages you link to in those first pages. We'll call those landing pages, because what we now want to do is we want to focus our Google search and our Google results on those pages. So to do that, we have to make sure that we've got a really good slug URL canonical name around that page, something that's easy to use and that you're going to use on a regular basis. You're going to include it in your signatures, you're going to include it in your emails, you're going to include it in talking about it, you're going to include it in blog posts that you do, and you're not going to include it so you can just keep repeating it. You're going to include the ones that are relative to that page, because you want people visiting your site to discover you based on the way in which you're looking to present your approach to what you're offering. And if you just have one page, it's not enough. If you have one page that simply says, this is what I am, then you're actually losing out to the different ways somebody can approach you. Now, I'm not good at having done this. I actually have only had 2 pages set up. And the trouble is that I get a lot of business from people who recommend me on anyway, that I tend not to use a lot of search-based. People can find me on the web. But those people who do find me at my front page, which has all the different facets of what I do, which is why the front page is important. It represents lots of different things. But people do need to be able to say, what is it you do? And the answer to what is it you do is on one of these pages, and the answer is based on how you want to have a relationship with that client. So there you go, you can cut it